Chapter 1027. Wilbur and the others arrived at West End College about half an hour later but were stopped by the guards at the gate. Farron interjected, "Let me handle this." He dialed a number, and the call connected quickly enough. "Mr. Campbell, how can I help you?" Michael Herman, the school principal, sounded slightly nervous answering the call. "Could you come to campus right now? I'll wait for you at the main entrance." "Of course. Can I please know why, Mr. Campbell?" Michael asked cautiously. "You'll find out when you're here." Farron hung up the call. Michael knew Farron, and he held a considerable amount of power. He might only be a principal, but he was aware that Farron was only half a tier lower than Orrin in terms of official status. Of course, the actual power gap was another thing altogether. However, Michael's status had allowed him to be in contact with Orrin, and subsequently Farron. A little after an hour later, Michael pulled up in front of the college in a hurry. He exchanged a few words with Farron before hurrying over to Wilbur and the others to invite them over to his office while pretending to tell the guards off. Everyone else followed Michael to his office wordlessly, where he brewed a pot of tea and set it down on the table. "Mr. Campbell and Miss Eve, what brings you here so late at night?" Michael seemed calm enough, but his chest was thumping wildly. He knew just who Farron was, as well as Wilbur. Wilbur had stood up for his sister during the Rat's Head incident. Farron and Elsa had shown up not long after, and Michael had nearly been involved himself. It was only after doing research of his own that he found out just who Elsa was. This woman turned out to be Farron's cousin and the youngest chief of the Special Forces. She was definitely one of a kind. On top of that, Farron and Elsa seemed to be at Wilbur's beck and call. It was clear just how much power this man held. And now Fay Eve was here too. She was one of the most revered people in the Cardin province business industry. Despite Fay's low profile, Michael knew enough to recognize Fay. All four of these people sitting before Michael held a terrifying power in their hands. To make matters worse, none of them looked like they were in a good mood. Of course Michael would be nervous. Just then, Fay said, "Principal Herman, do you know about a short video one of your students by the name of Flora Duval posted this evening?" "I honestly don't, Miss Eve. You know how busy I am. I haven't got much time to be online," said Michael earnestly. Fay nodded. "I understand. You're a principal busy managing the school. After all, however, this matter has spiraled out of control to the point where it has severely affected Mr. Penn's personal life. We came here looking for you, hoping that you could deal with this matter. Here's the video and the follow-up. Feel free to take a look." Fay pulled up the two videos Flora had posted on her phone and handed the phone to Michael. It did not take long for the expression on his face shift. This degree of cyberbullying had reached a rather terrifying level. Michael let out a gasp, looking at Wilbur cautiously. He hesitated with a frown before saying, "Miss Eve, could I please ask what relationship you share with Mr. Penn here?" Michael knew that Wilbur had connections with Farron and Elsa, but why was a businesswoman like Fay here and speaking up for him too? Clearing things up would definitely help with deciding on what to do about this as well. Fay looked at Michael. "I'll tell you the truth, Principal Herman. Mr. Wilbur Penn is the owner of Cape International, which would make me his staff." Michael let out another gasp.